What's going on, everybody? It's the American Bro. So, this upload is about an athlete who gets on my nerves and has for a while now. And that's Colin Kaepernick. So, I'm going to start with just his time in the league. You know how my uploads go. This is going to be just my thoughts on him and some facts of mine that lead me to my thoughts. Kaepernick played for the 49ers. He was a good quarterback as it pertains to running. Okay? He was decent at running. As a passer, Colin Kaepernick was a horrible quarterback. He was horrible. Wasn't even during his best year, where he went to a Super Bowl and they lost to the Ravens, Kaepernick was still in the bottom half of quarterbacks in the league regarding accuracy. He was still one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league. Now, some people could be like, well, okay, listen. I know he's definitely a better quarterback than I am. He's a better quarterback than I ever was. There's a reason he was in the NFL as a quarterback and I wasn't, right? I'll give him that. But by NFL standards, he is not a good quarterback. Even in his best season, where he was still in the bottom half percentile regarding accuracy, this dude had Randy Moss, who, I'm a Minnesotan. I know all about Randy, okay? Number 84, I love him. One of my favorites ever, right? Randy Moss makes any quarterback look good back when he played. Any quarterback. Okay, hell, he made Dante Culpepper look good, if that tells you anything. He carried Culpepper. Culpepper was one of the better quarterbacks in the league, mainly because of Randy. But you know what? Here's the thing. Kaepernick wasn't even in the top half of the league in regards to accuracy. In fact, the year he got benched, he was the 10th least accurate quarterback in the NFL. Look it up. 10th least accurate. That means there were 9 quarterbacks in the league who were worse passers than him, and they were backups. He was worse, and he was more inaccurate than the large majority of backup quarterbacks in the NFL. So he got benched for not meeting the expectations he's supposed to meet as a starting quarterback. The year after that, Colin Kaepernick begins doing his protest. He then opts out of his contract with the 49ers. He is offered contracts by other teams to play, but he's offered a backup position, which is what he was in San Francisco before his protest. He refuses to sign any contract. He refuses to agree to any deal unless he's a starter or gets paid like a starter. So he refuses all of this and plays it off as he's being blackballed and is claiming to be blackballed by the NFL and crying race, and the media's in on it, like the liberal media mainly, is in on it saying Kaepernick was this, he's being blackballed. Liberals are calling it a racial thing. Okay, it's not. He's a better quarterback than I am, okay? And he's a better athlete than I am. There's a reason he was in the NFL. But me and his comparison is not comparing him to NFL standards, which is significantly higher. And he did not meet those to be a starter. Simple as that. Now, we go to the next thing that happens with this. He goes and he's going and crying about how the NFL is racist and this shit like that, right? Now, yeah, there's some racist coaches in the NFL. There's emails that have come out. There's racist coaches in the NFL, right? Racism is not why Kaepernick is not playing. Kaepernick is not playing because he's choosing not to play. He chose not to accept any of the contract offers that were offered to him by other teams. He goes and gets a Nike sponsorship on these grounds because, honestly, Nike's a smart company for that. They're a very smart company. They took advantage of him doing what he was doing, and they used it for their own profit. He goes and signs an agreement with them. He's complaining about racism. Well, he's sure not saying anything about and he's comparing currently, actually, he's comparing the NFL draft and things like that to purchasing of slaves and things like that, right? To slavery. Okay, how the fuck is he going to say anything about slavery when he's got a Nike deal? which is using child slave labor to make everything. Huh? He's a fucking hypocrite. He's a fucking, okay, he's opportunistic and he's a race fucking pimp. That's what he is. He's a race pimp. He's just the NFL version of Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson. Now, here's another thing about it. Let's look at his background. He's mixed, but he grew up with a white family. He was raised by a white family. Okay, technically he's black, technically, but, and I hate saying this about people. I really do, because, you know, I find it very disrespectful to say, but Colin Kaepernick is one of those people that he's half black and thinks because he's half black that he can just cry race. He knows how to conveniently use his race. That's what I would say it is. He knows conveniently when to play the race card. And there's times where people are not playing the race card. But with Kaepernick, that's what's going on. He wants starter pay, and he didn't get it. He started playing the race card. He was benched before his protest. So he wasn't benched after his protest, he was benched before it. The media leaves that part out. All they mention is that he's doing his protest and he's not being signed by any team. Well, yeah, because he's refusing the fucking contracts, right? He's refusing them. Kaepernick's, okay, he's full of shit. Okay, he's full of shit, and he knows how to use the little bit of blackness he's got to his advantage. And I actually commend him for that, because he's using things that are available to him. But at the same time, it doesn't make him right for what he's doing. Yeah, he's using it to his advantage, and maybe in his subjective opinion, that's right. In mine, it's not. Peace.